critical. This is all about how projection tarnishes commitment. Now, a lot of people don't even really understand what the word projection means. And there's a line in The Matrix. Really been studying The Matrix a lot recently and have found some really incredible teaching moments as a result of doing it. And so Neo goes to the Oracle, and the Oracle says to Neo, "Do you know why you're here?" And Neo says, "Yeah, Morpheus sent me here, and he said that I am here to see if I am the one." And the Oracle says a really, really important statement. And the way she says it, it allows Neo to understand where he's coming from. And she says, "You already know what I'm going to say. You already know what I'm going to say." So if someone asks you the question, what is possible for you? Can you create your dreams? Can you really create what it is that you want to create in your life? Are you capable of manifesting what it is that you really desire manifesting? And here is the very, very important question, because my mic is tweaking here a little bit. The reason this is so important is because whatever you believe is possible is actually what you're going to believe is possible. Now, I know that sounds very elementary, but what you project is massively, massively important. And what our projection is literally how we see ourselves as what we project out to the outer world. And this is what we believe other people are going to see within us ourselves. And so the way the Oracle asks that question, "You already know what I'm going to say," is brilliant, because then Neo says, "I'm not the one." And she says, "Well, kid, I think you're cool, but there's something that you're hanging on to. There's something that you are hanging on to that's holding you back." So what are you hanging on to that's tarnishing what it is that you are capable of creating? What are you hanging on to that is tarnishing what it is that you are committed to? Because see, friends, if we're here and we want to, this is what we desire to create. The moment we start moving towards what we want to create, we start getting in touch with what we are entangled with that has kept us playing small. So another way of looking at this, see, we don't get what we want, we get what we are committed to. And see, we hear that word, "Well, I'm committed to creating whatever it is that I want to create." Okay, cool. Then why haven't you done it yet? Right? And that's not a value judgment. That's not a judgment question. If you can look at it like a notice moment, like, why haven't you created what it is that you want to create? And not looking at it as a way to put yourself down. Friends, our ability to be able to take feedback is where mastery really happens, right? So looking at, when you start moving towards what it is you desire, what gets in the way, or what stops you, or what slows you down, or what derails you is what you're really committed to. And so if we can look at the feedback authentically and objectively, then we can see what it is that we are really committed to. And see, friends, what our biggest fear is letting go. Right? Like loss. Anytime we start thinking of the word letting go, we start thinking that there's going to be loss. And fear is nothing more than fearlessness. Got this from a friend of mine. Fearlessness is nothing more than the anticipation of loss, letting go of the anticipation of loss. So really looking at now, when we anticipate loss, what we're really doing is replaying a memory of a loss that we have experienced in the past. And we don't want to experience that feeling again. So what's important is for us to really look at and give ourselves the opportunity and space to really allow ourselves to grieve the loss that we experienced in our past, right? But see, these feelings are uncomfortable, right? And the reason they're uncomfortable is because we don't know how to be with them. And the more we're able to be with them, the more we understand that this is a very important process. I mean, you think about it, is natural for a caterpillar. I don't know if all caterpillars turn to butterflies. Never thought about it till just right now. But it's natural for a caterpillar to go through this process of going through this metamorphic process to becoming a butterfly. Now, you look at that process, it does not look like it's a lot of fun to me, right? Because you are literally becoming something completely different. But in order for that caterpillar to become the butterfly, it has to let go of the caterpillar identity, right? We've all heard this metaphorically, but when we are in our own lives, experiencing what we are experiencing, and we're moving towards. See, friends, understand the reason it's a desire is because it's outside of us, right? And this is also why it is our greatest fear, is because when we start moving towards the unknown, it's going to bring up things within ourselves that let us realize what we have invested into that keeps us playing small. Okay, the more you're able to look at this, by the way, if you haven't seen the thing scrolling on the bottom, the Potential Zone group, I highly recommend you joining that group. I'm going to be doing a masterclass training on Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific or 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You do not want to miss this training. And I give lots of gifts and lots of things away within the Potential Zone group. It's absolutely free, awesome community, amazing things happen over there. So I'd encourage you to get over there now. Well, not yet, but later. But so this is how projections tarnish our commitments, is because we are projecting on to the commitment what we believe is possible for us. And now we've got to ask ourselves, where did we get these beliefs? Where did we get this program that we have invested so much energy into of playing small? Where did it come from? Right? And we've got to be able to look at where did it come from and see, for a lot of people, and this has been my journey, so many people have hard times looking at the authority figures in their life and realizing the impact that they had on their lives, because they feel if they give up that narrative, then they're going to have to realize some things that are going to cause them suffering or pain, right? But understand, it's, if we don't, again, you've heard me say this a million times. I say this quote all the time: if we do not make our unconscious conscious, it will control our lives, and we will call it fate, by Carl Jung, right? This is what this means, is it's our shadow that's running our lives, right? And if we're not able to go in, this is true badassery. I mean, this is like the people that can go and look at their shadows and look at what it is that keeps them playing small are the people that I have the utmost respect for, because that takes, well, I don't know what other way to say it, but it takes real huevos. Like you can really find out what somebody's made of by how real they get about who they are on the inside. How in touch are they with their inner world? That's where the authentic people show up in their power, is because they have given themselves the ability to accept all they are. This isn't about something being wrong with you. This isn't about you being broken or being an outcast or anything like that. It's about looking at the narratives that you have created about past experiences. So what all this is about. And out of that narrative, you end up projecting that onto your commitment or other people and how they believe, how you feel that they think about your commitment, right? So the more you're able to do this, the more you're able to step into your fullest potential, is recognizing, what are you hanging on to? What do you have to let go? What is the story you've created around certain things? What stories have you invested into? And now, friends, understand, this is something that, again, I've done this for a very, very, very long time, that when we are victimized as a child, what we end up doing is recognizing that there's something that happens by an authority figure in our lives. And usually that authority figure is somebody that we want to love us and support us and care for us. But what we end up doing is that we end up becoming that perpetrator that victimized us. And then we victimize ourselves because of the story we tell ourselves about the trauma that we experienced. Okay. The trauma is, yes, there's parts of our lives where we have been victimized, but it's understanding that what if that victimization was the very thing that is going to liberate you of understanding just how freaking badass you really are, right? Like really stepping into what it is that, because to me, there's nothing more challenging than really looking in your shadow and coming to terms with the part of you that you want to reject, right? Because the parts of you want to reject are what you are projecting on to what you want to commit to. And see, if you're not whole, you're fragmented. And if you have these different parts going around, it's going to be really hard for you to get your energy, bring it together, focused, so that you can create the outcomes that you really want to create, right? It's like chasing two different rabbits. You're never going to catch either one of them. And because you're not focused on where you want to put your life force, which is your focus is your life force, right? Like that's your energy. And where we place our focus, it expands, and we can become subject to what it is. We become subject to what we focus on. If we focus it on long enough, it actually becomes like a vortex and sucks us in. So looking at what you really desire to create, what has kept you from creating it, who do you have to become in order to make that happen? Whether it's in a relationship, whether it's health, whether it's finances, whatever it is, there's versions of you that you're going to have to let go of in order for you to create the version of you that is required for the desired outcome. Okay. The other part of that is also understanding that letting go of, see, pride right below courage, and that courage is where we're able to really distinguish what truth is. Pride, love is part of our ego. And we do. So I'm just going to straight up ask you, how easy is it for you to admit that you're wrong? Right now, I don't look at things as right and wrong. And I get that challenges some people. There's effective and ineffective. Right. And if the reason I don't look at things right or wrong is because I understand that what I'm deciding is based on the state that I'm in with the ability and the knowledge that I have to access at that point in my life. Like there were decisions I made back when I was younger that if I'd have known what I know then, that would have been a completely different decision. But see, every decision is a value clarification. It is really us looking at and articulating what we really value. So case in point, right? If your pet bites your child, right? You are in a nanosecond are going to know which one you value in that moment. Now, does that mean you doesn't love your pet? Not at all. It means that you understand which one you value the most, right? It's like there's a great proverb where two women come to Solomon and they say, "This is my child," and the other one says, "This is my child," and he says, "Cut it in half." And you both get half of it. And then he recognized what parent it was, because the one that was the real parent was the one that didn't want to sacrifice a child to be right. Right. So it's really understanding, what do you value? What do you value? And see, there are parts of you that literally value certainty, which is some of the paradigms and some of the programs that you hang on to. And this is what tarnishes what it is when it comes time for you to step out into the unknown and create what it is that you want to create. Okay. So again, I'm teaching a powerful masterclass on Monday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be putting the information in the potentialzonegroup.com. Absolutely free. It's my Facebook group where there's amazing community where lots of things are happening. You do not want to miss this, because I'm going to show you my ACE method, which is the A is for activate, C is for clarify, getting real clear on what it is that you want to create. And then E is the execution aspect of it, where you're able to put in strategies that have no other desire or have no other possibility than for you to create what it is that you actually want to create. Because friends, understand, your behavior is the output of your internal program, right? Change, learning, and behavior is all unconscious, right? Like you have unconscious subconscious programs that are playing, that are keeping you from having the behavior that creates the desired outcome. The behavior is just the adaptability of the internal program. Right. So the more you're able to get intentional and get conscious about your unconscious, right? Like the old saying goes, if we don't make our unconscious conscious, it will run the ship. Right. So this is strategies to teach you how to get into your unconscious. And I appreciate everybody being here and sending the support, man. That is so awesome. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you being here. Again, get over to the potentialzonegroup.com. Giving away lots and lots of stuff. This is where I'm going to interview my upcoming guest for the Potential Zone. If you haven't checked out the Potential Zone show, go to the Potential Zone show. I'm also making available in the Potential Zone and this master training that I'm going to be doing, Mastering Potential, which I'm going to be doing Monday night. I'm going to be making available all my life's work. I've created 4 courses over this last year, making some amazing things available. You do not want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. And see, unfortunately, friends, we get so invested into our familiarity, into what we're doing, that we don't prioritize what needs to be prioritized, which is our ability to expand. We must prioritize our ability to expand, because it's your ability to expand and contract that determines how you show up in the unknown. Yes, there's moments that we have to contract, we have to pull back, right? If we don't know what that means, if we're coming into something and we're coming from a place of desperation, someone pulls back, what we're going to do is we're going to try harder to make that work, because we're coming from a place of desperation and we have made this commitment believing that we need this, or else we're going to be in a very unpleasant situation. So we try harder, right? Got a PhD in all these, right? Self-proclaimed PhD, understand that, right? So you want to be a part of this master training. right? Yes, yes. You want to be a part of this master training. This is my life's work. It's my proprietary ACE method that I go over that you want to be a part of. And that is going to be announced over at thepotentialzonegroup.com, thepotentialzonegroup.com. I'll be making a number of announcements on it. We'll be doing it Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You do not want to miss this. Put it on your calendar right now. You do not. This will be the last time that I'm doing this. I know there's been lots of announcements out there talking about it. This will be the last masterclass that I do with this. The way that I'm doing this, I'm creating an incredible opportunity for people that are going to support what it is that I've created. And I'm looking for feedback, and I'm looking for people that are really interested in creating 2022 to be the most epic year of their life. And so I've got lots of gifts available, but I'm only doing this one time. This is the last time that I'm going to be doing this. We had the Mastering Potential group happen last night. Oh my gosh. Amazing. It was amazing what happened in there. So yeah, it might be something that you qualify for, and you'll be able to check out what we have going on there as well. So get over to potentialzonegroup.com. You'll be glad you did. Would love to meet you and connect with you more and more. And for all of my followers and friends, and I would love to see you there anyway. So get over to potentialzonegroup.com and make it a great evening. Let's make 2022 the most epic year of your life. And I look forward to getting to know you better and seeing how I can support you in making this the most incredible year of your life. So much love, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate your support. And let me know if there's anything that I can do to support you. I always look at my comments. Always, always, always. Yeah, one of the people that's in the potential said last night training was excellent. It was incredible. Incredible. Yeah, lots of amazing things happening there. So we're gonna jump off here. Got to jump on another webinar. So appreciate everybody appreciate each and every one of you being here. And as always, my friend, live like your life depends on it, because it does. The more you take your life serious, the more you get in touch with what you are really committed to, the more your life is going to elevate, the more incredible things you're going to be able to create. So much love, my friend. Talk to you soon.